Hey guys, it's Miss Trying to Figure It All Out. Today is Sunday. I need to get out, pick up my grocery order, get to the pharmacy, and get a little bit of sunshine. But first, I need to pull it all together. See, guys, I have been up for a long time. It is almost 4 o'clock. I got up this morning at it wasn't even light out yet. It was, it was still dark. I don't know why I was up so early, but well, I do know why. I'm used to getting up early, but so yeah, I've been up for a minute. I was starting to feel a little bit tired, like I wanted to lay back down, but I'm like, no, I have to get out, get my errands done. It's nice and sunny. It's supposed to be 70 today for the high. Um, but I checked it like before I got in the tub, and it's actually, well, no, well, it's supposed to be 63 today. I'm tripping. It's 62 right now, but feels like 56. I just went and grabbed a package from outside, and the sun is out, so it does feel, I mean, it feels decent, but yeah, it's still a little cool for me. But during the week, we're going to have rain, but it's mainly in the 70s, except for one day it's going to be 68. So I hope you guys have been doing well. And I have to say again, thank you, new subscribers. I did in the last video, and then after that, I ended up getting a notification. I'm like, oh my goodness, I see you. um, so you guys, for today, yeah, I'm going ahead and picking up my order, my grocery order, since I'm already gonna be out. I just figure, why not? If I'm gonna be out anyway, I might as well do it. It'll save me on the delivery fee, at least, and a tip. Now, for Kroger, if you use Kroger delivery, like the actual Kroger shuttle thing comes and delivers your groceries, they actually don't accept tips. But if you use like Instacart and you get stuff from Kroger through Instacart, then you know you're going to be tipping. So when I do Kroger, I'm not gonna lie, I do the actual Kroger delivery. I used to do it through Instacart until I discovered that, and I was like, okay. But when I do tip, I tip really well. My glove is messed up. I want to change my glove so I can do my hair. Hold on just a sec. So I wanted to do an actual get ready with me today, or a dress up playtime video, but time just got away from me. Like I got up early. I think I made a cup of tea instead of coffee. I don't know, I just felt like tea this morning. And wasn't real hungry. I drank that and I started watching a series of videos regarding people young and old, like all different ages, that either had, what was it, cannabis psychosis or fentanyl psychosis, and ended up dying. And I could only watch that so much. I was like, Lord. But this one I watched, the young lady that died, she was young. Like, life really just started for her. I don't even think she was 21. But she had some mental health struggles, and mainly anxiety, which I know a lot of people, including myself, that struggle with anxiety, or that have anxiety. I can't say that I'm struggling with it like I used to, but have anxiety. And she, to make a long story short, she was married. Her husband was in the service, but I believe they were together wherever this happened. They were together. It's not like she was alone, but she he was going somewhere, and she ended up running into a couple and talking with a couple, and maybe they got in a conversation about her anxiety or what was going on and medication, and they offered her a pill and told her it was a Xanax. So she thought she was taking a Xanax. I don't know how they found this out, but yeah, she thought she was taking Xanax, and she didn't know it was fentanyl. And it was heartbreaking. I was like, oh my goodness. Um, so yeah, I mean, you can't just go, you know. I know she was just trying to get well because she wasn't feeling. She was trying to make herself feel better. I get that, but you can't just go taking stuff from people, like that off. Not these days. Things are so different these days. You never know. But I guess when her husband had come back from wherever he was at, I think he had gone to um, pick her up some food. That's what it was. She wanted something to, he was getting something for them to eat. And she had wanted Arby's, but they were closed. And so he ended up, he said he was going to go to a Waffle House. And he went to the Waffle House. When he came back, she was laying on the bed, I believe, with her studying books open because she was um she was taking online classes. Yeah, she wanted to take online classes because she had a dog, and she didn't want and she was working a job. She didn't want the dog to be home alone for a long period of time. So, and the mom was like asking, like, the mom obviously was traumatized, like her whole family was. And she was asking, like, the medical professionals, the doctors, like, um, what she would have experienced taking that. And then as she was like maybe going unconscious or dying or whatever. And because she said she wondered if, her daughter was like, oh, thinking, oh no, I'm not going to see my mom again, or, um, what she could have been dealing with. And basically, I know as a parent, she's probably thinking, I wouldn't want my child to suffer. You wouldn't want anybody to suffer. But they told her that she most likely just went to sleep and she just didn't wake up. Because even her husband said that when he had called to tell her that the Arby's was closed, and to ask her, see what she wanted from Waffle House, she told him what she wanted from Waffle House. So she was okay then, but he said that she sounded very tired. She sounded really, really tired. So I'm assuming at that point she had already taken it, and maybe it was just kicking in, and she, like the medical professional said, she just went to sleep. And I was like, dang. I watched a few different episodes, and then finally I was like, I cannot watch any more of this. I mean, the awareness is good, just because I haven't heard a whole lot of that, but apparently it is major because there's tons of videos from that same channel. It was like Texas something. Yeah, it was Texas something. Um, so, but yeah, I was like, I want to be in good spirits today. I could not watch too much of that, but it was heartbreaking. I really felt for her family. So I ended up turning that off. No, I actually ended up kind of just laying down for a second. I was feeling tired, but I didn't really go to sleep. I kind of just maybe dozed a little bit, but I didn't go into like a deep sleep. Um, but I was like, I gotta get up. Y'all know how I am. I will sleep the day away. But I had texted with Aubrey just to tell her I missed her and just say hi. And ask her what she was doing, and she told me that she was just going in and out of sleep all day. I was like, that's fun. I was watching a comedy thing recently, and the comedian was talking about how it's just fun to go to when you get older, like you grow out of that wild phase where you just want to go out all the time. Like sleep is so fun. It really is. Let me put that much on. I have a sweater out to put. I'm gonna be wearing like a onesie. I call it a onesie. What is it, like a unitard or something like that? But it's strapless and it's not that warm. But I have a sweater I can put over it and then put this little jacket on. I'm not gonna be out long, honestly. I kind of just want to get back and I don't want to wait and lay down like when it's time to actually go to sleep and I have to go to sleep. I kind of want to be able to um, lay in bed and relax and enjoy relaxing and watching TV. I'm definitely gonna be watching some comedy or something lighthearted. Um, if I find a good movie, I'll watch it, but I don't want anything that's gonna be like sad or anything like that. Kind of want something that's either gonna be really funny or I do like my horror movies, but I don't know. So while I'm out, I'm gonna stop and get some gas. So yeah, I had a doctor's appointment this past Tuesday, and I saw the new doctor that I don't know if I said it in the last video, but that was taken my other old doctor that left the practice. This is the other doctor that works in this that's left there basically. So it was a good visit. I have a lot of follow-up. I have first he was, my BMI is a little high, but that's I'm just gonna say that's always a work in progress. So but I did exercise today. That's a good thing. Blood pressure was great. But anyway, so I'm gonna have labs done. I'm gonna be the hand surgeon called me already for my thumb. I have a slight deformity in my thumb, and my thumb can be a little painful sometimes. So I'm sorry. So I'm going to be seeing a hand surgeon. They've called already, but I actually have to have an x-ray before I do that stage. So I'm going to call them back tomorrow and just let them know that I still need to have the x-ray done. So yeah, but anyway, I like the doctor. He was fun. He was thorough, and he was not playing around. Like, by the time I went and got my car after my appointment, the thing popped up from the pharmacy that they had prescriptions for me. I was like, oh my goodness, that's never happened. Not there. Sometimes I can just get goofy with my eyebrows. So yeah, I'm gonna do that, get that stuff done. And the hand surgery, I'm not sure what the recovery time is going to be because, I mean, I work with my hands. So that is going to be, hopefully the downtime is not long for that, because it's not like I can, I mean, for what I do, I would need both of my hands to be able to do what I need to do properly. So yeah, hopefully I'll just have to see. And I can just express to the doctors, like, you know, I really don't want to have a lot of downtime. I don't want to have any type of surgery. I really don't. Healthcare is so messed up these days. Like, I was watching a couple days ago, I was watching it was like a news story from earlier in the month, and it was about the lady who went to have a mommy makeover, and she didn't go to an actual hospital to have, she was getting a tummy tuck, and she didn't go to an actual hospital to have the procedure done. She had it done at one of those surgery centers. I forget what the name of the place is. They said it several times. I just don't remember what the name of it was. But there's a news story about it. Like, I'm like, why didn't I hear about this? But she was a TikToker, and apparently she had a lot of followers. She was in her 40s, and she's married, had kids, was having her mommy makeover. She did all her prep and, you know, research. The doctor's name was Dr. Torque, I believe. Dr. Torque. And so she had her tummy tuck done, and I guess the husband was in her room and was calling her name, like in an effort to stimulate her to get up, to wake up. And she wouldn't wake up, so he got the nurse, or a nurse, and he said the nurse did not show any real urgency, even though his wife's lips were turning blue, okay? So he said the nurse started like rubbing her in the chest, or trying to, you know, stimulate some pump her heart, but was just kind of rubbing there. and to try to stimulate her, and no movement or anything like that. And to make a long story short, it just it made me so sad and angry. So I'm like, this dumbass nurse went and first of all, he said that she didn't monitor his wife. She did not make sure that the oxygen mask was sealed. There was a gap, so she wasn't getting the oxygen that she needed. And not only that, the nurse gave her too much medication, gave her too much fentanyl and too much of another med on top of that. So she was overdosed. And so the nurse does that, leaves the room, doesn't come back immediately, but then she does come back, tries something else, tries to put the mask on properly, and then calls out to one of her coworkers in the hallway. And eventually they call the doctor. They wait for the doctor to come, and the doctor's like, it confused me because they waited for the doctor to come, and then the doctor was like, call 911. I was like, what the hell's going on at this place? But so yeah, the um yeah, the woman ended up passing away. They the ambulance came. They said even when the ambulance was on the way, she was already gone. They found out that she had been without oxygen for at least 6 minutes. And so I think they ended up taking her to hospice, but she was gone. And I was like, damn. It was crazy. And I know I always say, just be happy with your natural body and what's going on there. But I can't always say that because some people don't, some people want to have surgery, and that's okay. That's, she wanted her mommy makeover. It was going to make her feel better. It's what she wanted. And, that's fine. But it's just scary. Like, God forbid I have to have some real major surgery, because it would take everything for me to have it. Like, I would go without certain medical attention and certain medical procedures because healthcare is so bad. And it's not just the nurses. Like, I don't know what's going on in nursing. And of course, it's not all nurses. I just haven't run across any really good ones, yeah, in a really long time. But even the doctors, I mean, that doctor should have made sure that that she was stabilized before just leaving her. It was sad. But yeah, she was a TikToker and she had lots of followers, and I just thought that that was nuts that that happened. To see her, because she videoed all the way up until she was getting ready to have the surgery, like she was in the bed with her hospital gown and all that on. And she did the last video. Well, she didn't know it was going to be her last video, but she did the video before she went into surgery. And to see her in that video, and to understand that, man, this was this woman's last words. It's crazy. So yes, I'm watching something way lighthearted tonight. Like some stand-up comedy or something really funny, probably. Oh, thank you, Tim, for the video. Tim sent me some videos of some stuff going on in the news. He sent me one video, and I was like, oh, hell no. He sent me one video. Um, and it was this employee at a fast food place was caught sharing the customer's credit card details with a friend over FaceTime. So they need to put her under the jail, okay? So it shows the young lady taking the credit card like she's running it, and she's holding it so the person on FaceTime can see it. She's got her cell phone right there by her register. And I've been to places to go through the drive-through, and I've seen employees have the cell phone propped up. And anymore, I really just try to use cash going through those places because this is freaking ridiculous. Like, whatever happens to her, I have no compassion at all. I don't care what she's dealing with. That is unacceptable. But thank you, Tim, for that. I needed to see that. Oh my goodness. So yeah, crazy stuff going on out here. I mean, dang, it's hard enough just trying to survive life, just how life is in general, just the normal stuff that goes on in life. And then you have this stuff going on, like, come on, people. So let me go ahead and I'm going to take my robe off and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about as far as a onesie. And I'm going to get my socks and shoes together and I'll be back. So this is the onesie. I actually, I can't wear just this because it is not warm enough. I do have a jacket that I'm gonna wear, but even with the jacket, it's like lightweight. It's like really, it's a denim button-down dress that I wear as a jacket sometimes. But I have this plain, you guys know I love basics. This plain black, like lightweight sweater. I'm not trying to be sick, especially with my hair being wet or damp. So I have this over it. More gold tones, but I don't know. We'll see. And y'all know that booty. And I'm so glad that my Walmart order only had one substitute. And it was I had ordered some taco sauce in my order and they didn't have the size. So it just the size changed, but they still had it. So I was glad about that. So yeah, you guys, I was gonna throw on my Timberlands. I have the heel on them, but my feet was like, not today, please. So I'm gonna go ahead and just throw on some Jordans and head out the door, and yeah, take care of my business and get back and chillax.